Anigi, Iwewe, Mwanzo. Go is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son S-U-N. In the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, Matthew 1 and 3, Imanuel, whose name means go with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, land of the gods, Nigrita. Peace from above. Amani you peace from above. How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to be back. Good to be here. I'm reading the Revelation, Emmanuel, chapter 14. Then I looked, and behold, a lamb standing on my Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written on their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, like the voice of many waters, and like the voice of loud thunder. And I heard the sound of harps playing their harps. I heard the sound of harps playing their harps. They sang as it were a new song before the throne, before the four living creatures and the elders, and no one could hear that song except 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. These are the ones who were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are the ones who follow the Lamb wherever he goes. These were redeemed from among men, being firstfruits to gold and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no deceit, for they are without fault before the throne of gold. Then I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting knowledge to teach to those who dwell in the earth, to every nation, clan, tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made heaven and earth, the sea, and springs of water. And another angel followed, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are those who know the commandment of God and the faith of Emmanuel, Imanuel. Then I heard a voice from heaven saying to me, write, blessed are the dead who die in the gold from now on. Yes, says the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works follow them. Then I looked, and behold, a cloud, and on the cloud sat one like the Son of Man, having on his head an afro crown, in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him who sat on the cloud, thrust in your sickle and reap, for the time has come for you to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. So he who sat on the cloud, thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. Then another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, who had power over fire, and he cried with a loud cry to him who had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in your sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. So the angel thrust his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and threw it into the great winepress of the wrath of God. And the winepress was trampled outside the city, and blood came out of the winepress up to the horses' bridles for 1,600 furlongs. Chapter 15. Then I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels, having the 7 last plagues, for in them the wrath of God is complete. And I saw something like a sea of glass mingled with fire, and those who have the victory over the beast, over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, standing on the sea of glass, having harps of gold. They sing the song of Moses, the servant of gold, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are your works, God Almighty. Just and true are your ways, O God of the saints. Who shall not fear you, O God, and glorify your name? For you alone are holy. For all nations shall come and worship before you, for your judgments have been manifested. After these things I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. And out of the temple came the 7 angels, having the 7 plagues, clothed in pure, bright linen, and having their chests girded with golden bands. Then one of the 4 living creatures gave to the 7 angels 7 golden bowls, full of the wrath of God, who lives forever and ever. The temple was filled with smoke from the glory of God and from his power, and no one was able to enter the temple till the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were completed. Chapter 16. Then I heard a loud voice from the temple saying to the 7 angels, go and pour out the bowls of the wrath of God on the earth. So the first went and poured out his bowl upon the earth, and a foul and loathsome sore came upon the men who had the mark of the beast and those who worshipped his image. Then the second angel poured out his bowl on the sea, and it became blood as of a dead man, and every living creature in the sea died. Then the third angel poured out his bowl on the rivers and springs of water, and they became blood. And I heard the angel of the water saying, you are righteous, O God, the one who is and who was and who is to be, because you have judged these things. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and you have given them blood to drink, for it is their just due. And I heard another from the altar saying, even so, God Almighty, true and righteous are your judgments. Then the fourth angel poured out his bowl on the sun, and power was given to him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and they blasphemed the name of God, who has power over these plagues, and they did not repent and give him glory. Then the fifth angel poured out his bowl, and the throne of the beast and his kingdom became full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues because of the pain. They blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and did not repent of their deeds. Then the sixth angel poured out his bowl on the great river, Euphrates, and its water was dried up, so that the way of the kings from the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are spirits of demons, performing signs which are out to the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty. Behold, I am coming as a thief. Blessed is he who watches and keeps his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And they gathered them together to the place called Israel or Megiddo. Then the seventh angel, oh, wait a minute, and they gathered them together in a place called, oh, my bad, in a place called, called in Kiswahili or Gadon. Let me go back and do that again. Chapter 16, verse 16. And they gathered them together to the place called in Kiswahili or Megiddo. Then the seventh angel poured out his bowl into the air, and a loud voice came out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, It is done. And there were noises and thunderings and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such a mighty and great earthquake as had not occurred since men were on the earth. Now the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon was remembered before God, to give her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. Then every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And great hail from heaven fell upon men, each hailstone about the weight of a talent. Men blasphemed God because of the plague of the hail, since that plague was exceedingly great. One more time. Now, 16, chapter 16, verse 16, and they gathered them together in a place called in Kiswahili or Armageddon, cause Kiswahili is the mother tongue. Hebrew is not the mother tongue. Omega says E is A. One more time. Omega, Alpha, the beginning, and Omega, the end. Omega says E is A. So if Omega says E is A, there is no such thing as a Hebrew. Joseph was not a Hebrew till the woman lied. When that woman lied and said Joseph wanted to have sex with her, she told the lie that he wanted to have sex, and she told the lie that he was a Hebrew, because he was never a Hebrew. He was and is Israel, an Israelite, because one of goes told Yaakov, you are no longer Yaakov, you are from now on Israel, and your sons are Israelites. One more time. One more time. I read the book of life. That's what I read. Now, they telling me that I'm not allowed, since the movie that came out in 14. A movie came out in 14 titled The Book of Life. I've been reading the Book of Life, for longer than some 14. I've been reading what they call the Bible. I've been reading as it called itself, the Book of Life. So one more time, I acknowledge that the trials and tribulations are about to start. I acknowledge that I have been writing this book for, I don't know, 12, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I've been reading, but I'm not allowed to say that because somebody took the Book of Life and desecrated it by making a movie about white Mexicans that has absolutely nothing to do with the Book of Life. One more time. They made sure to include one black man. Really? Really? Like everything about them is them. It's okay. All I'm doing is laying in the cut, waiting, because I know what I already had going on. I'm representing the revelation, y'all, Emmanuel. So, one more time. I'm representing he who told me with the feet of polish go, who told me with the head of wolf and lamb to represent he, capital H, capital I, who is, capital I, capital S. One more time. That's what I do. I represent him who chose me to teach knowledge. Anybody can teach you knowledge. I teach knowledge. Stuff you already know, but you can't see. One more time. I do not believe in none of them things when they be trying to put gold, try to put Lord in front of gold. No. No. My goal is niggity, ya niggity, gold of gold. Niggity, ya niggities, gold of gold. Niggity, ya niggities. One more time. You can do whatever you want to. You can believe whatever you want to believe in. But I acknowledge he who created me and made it possible for me to see. So that y'all can understand this is his power. He's showing his power through his begotten son. He's showing his power. That's why it's the revelation. Yeah, Imanuel. One more time. And now I don't work on feelings. I work on what he tells me I'm supposed to do, which is to teach knowledge of revelation. Yeah, Emmanuel. As always, keep in mind that he allowed them to manipulate so that he could show his power. Always remember, the book of life is about his power. His power. That's what it's about. Not about me, but his power that he created. And they desecrated it by calling it Bible. One more time. One more time. Everything for reason, purpose, and goal. So I know what I'm supposed to do. Keep representing he who created me. John 12:44. He that truly believe in me, believe not in me, but in he who sent me. Revelation, yeah, Emmanuel. Nini, the way with Bawanzo, go is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S-H-I, who man Adam called son S-U-N. In the name of the true begotten son, Imanuel, I-M-A-N-U-E-L, whose name is go with us, Matthew 1:23. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritia, N-I-G-R-I-T-I-A, which means land of the lords. Peace from above. Amani, Utoka, you. Peace from above. Fuwaha wa moja siku. I mean, excuse me. Fuwaha Kwanzaa siku. Happy first day. Fuwaha Kwanzaa siku. Happy first day. Aku Fuwaha Kwanzaa siku. Happy first day.